Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my Moonberry Puff slouch beanie hat. I have it here in 3 colours. Really cozy, really lovely. This is my personal favourite. I have been wearing one of these for years in this colour. It's my favourite hat. I love it. I love the slouchy style. So let's get going and you can make your own. So to make this hat I'm using an Aran weight yarn. I've chosen this yellow from Stylecraft. It's colour mustard and I'm using a 6mm hook. Okay, so I've balled that up ready to go. I like to do mine in balls so I can pop it in the yarn bowl. It's just how I've always done it and it works best for me. So we're going to start with a magic ring. You can use the chain 4 method if you prefer. But we need to start with a loop to work into. I'm going to just slip stitch there. Now I'm going to do a UK double, US single stitch. And then I'm going to work into this front post of that stitch and do another US single, UK double into there, and that is a standing stitch, I think it's called. But I'm going to do that instead of the chain. You can just chain 2 or 3 if you prefer, but this is the way I'm going to be doing my starting stitches from now on because I've just learnt it and it's a method that I really like. So now we need to add another 11 US doubles, UK trebles into my crochet hook. Is a little bit cold, and when they're cold they go squeaky. It's funny that I need to warm it up in my hands. So yes, we're going to do another 11. So if we include that first stitch that we've created, that is 12 in total. So I'm going to continue round with my squeaky yarn and I shall come back to you when we get to there. Okay, so I have 12 stitches and now I'm going to work into the top of this first stitch we created, and I'm going to do it the same way that I worked into it, the first stitch before. So I'm going to do a single crochet or US or double crochet UK, and then going into this first post again of that stitch, doing another single there, and that's instead of a chain, and it actually creates a proper stitch to work into, so I prefer that one. Now to continue round, we're going to be doing 2 stitches into each stitch space. So yarn over and go back into that same space again, so you have 2 in there, and we're going to do 2 into each, so we're going to end up with 24 stitches all the way around. Now my hook's warmed up. It's still a little bit squeaky, but this yarn is really soft. It's lovely. It's going to make a nice hat. Okay, so we're going to do 24 all the way around, and I'll meet you when we get back to here. So I now have 24 stitches. Here is my first stitch of the last row, so I'm going to do that starting stitch again and work back into that one. I'm going to do a treble, UK double US back into there. So there is 2 stitches in that stitch space. The next one along, I'm going to put 1 stitch, then 2 stitches, then 1 stitch. So just alternating them all the way along, and that is 36 stitches in total in this row. There's 2 in there. So carry on that round, 36 stitches, and I shall meet you back here. So I've made it to the end of that row, 36 stitches. I'm going to do exactly the same again and create my first stitch in this last stitch of that one by doing a double crochet UK, single crochet US, working into the front post and doing another double crochet UK, single crochet US into there. Split my yarn, there we are. And now I'm going to work another stitch into that same space again as the rows before. But this time we're going to do 1, 2, and then an increase, a double stitch. So it's 1, 2, and then a double stitch, 1, 2, double stitch all the way around. So that's 1, 1, and increase. Gosh, this yarn is squeaky. It's very soft. So 2 in the first one, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way around, and that will give us 48 stitches total, and I'll meet you back here. That's the end of row 4 again, working into the first stitch, doing our standing stitch, our squeaky yarn. Oops. And then working again into that same stitch. There's a pattern here, each row is basically the same, and we're just increasing 1 extra each round. So now we're going to do 3 single stitches, 1, 2, 3, and an increase stitch, which is a double into there. 1, 2, 3, and a double. So continue around, 3 singles and a double, and that should give you 60 stitches total, and I shall meet you back here. So that's the end of row 5. Again for row 6, it's the same pattern. So do your starting stitch or your starting chain, work again into that same stitch so you have an increase in your first stitch, and then this time, so the last row we did 1, 2, 3 and a double. This time we're going to do 4 single stitches and then a double. So that's an increase every 4. So that will give us a total of 72 stitches all the way around. So this row was 60, next row is 72 stitches. I'm going to continue around and do that. So where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a double. So just continue that all the way around. I am absolutely loving this yellow. It's such a sunshiny, happy colour, which is perfect for a warm winter hat. And a bit of sunshine and colour. What colour are you going to be making? Please leave a comment below and let me know what colour hats you're making. I'd love to hear from you guys. Do comment and let me know. Let's create a bit of a community and have a little chat with each other. I really love to know what you guys are up to. So I'm going to continue on round. Meet you back there. So this is how it's looking so far. We've done 6 rows, and for our 7th row we're going to do our standing stitch, do a second stitch into the same stitch space, and this time for this row we're going to just do 1 stitch in each. So because we've done 2 in that first one, that makes it 73 stitches all the way around. So it's a really simple row, just all the way around, 1 stitch in each. So I shall continue round and meet up with you at the end there. I've made it all the way round for row 7. So this is where the fun stitches start to begin, and we're going to do row 8, which is a row of puff stitches. So if I just fold that and show you, that's how it will look, and it will start to pull in now and create the hat shape. Okay, so for this row I'm going to do a slip stitch and chain 2. We're going to yarn over, go back into the same space again and pull through your loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, same space, pull through. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through all of those and chain 1. Now we're going to skip a stitch and work into the next stitch along, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through, 7 loops on the hook, and then we're going to pull through all 7, chain 1, skip a space, 1, 2, 3. So we've got our 7 loops, pull through all of those, which can be fiddly sometimes, chain 1, and this is how it's starting to look. So we're going to go all the way around, skip 1 puff stitch, skip 1 puff stitch, all the way around until we get to the other side. So I've finished my row of puffs. We have 36 puff stitches in total. I'm going to just slip stitch into the top of that one, chain 2, and for our next row we're going to turn our work, so we're actually working with the inside of the hat facing, and we're going to just do another row of puffs. This time we're going in between each, so 1, 2, 3, work through all of those and chain, and then in between the next one, 1, 2, 3, so you have 7 loops on your hook, work through all of those and chain. So we're going to continue around this row all the way around. I just wanted to say that I have a PDF written version of this pattern linked below, so please do purchase that if you're able. I'm really enjoying giving my patterns away for free in video form, but obviously I need to make a living and feed my son and keep a roof over our heads. So if you are enjoying this video and you'd like to support me, the pattern is only a few dollars or pounds, and I would really appreciate the help. And also then you get to keep the pattern and you can refer back to it whenever you want to make your hat. So apologies for the little sales plug there, but you know, we all have to feed ourselves and keep a roof over ourselves, so that's my little shameless plug. So I'm going to continue around until we get back to here. So I've made it round for the second round of puffs, another 36 puffs. I'm going to join into that last one and just do a slip stitch, chain 2. So this is how it's looking. You can see it's starting to curl in now. We're going to turn our work and we're going to do a third row of puffs. This time we're going this way again. So continue around with another row of puffs, 36 puffs total, and I shall catch up with you when we get back to here. So I have completed my third row of puffs. I'm just going to do a standing stitch here, to close the row. So now we are going to do a row of half treble crochet UK or half double crochet US. And we're going to do one in the top of the puff and in between the puff. One in top and one between. So we're going to do that all the way around. One in the top and one in between. I should just say, for those who don't know what a half treble or half double is, it's a yarn over, pull it through and pull back your loop as if you're going to do a treble or a double, but instead of going through two and going through two, you just go through all three. So I'll continue that around and I shall catch up with you when I make it to the end of the row. So I've made it to the end of that round. That was 73 stitches. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to do another row of half doubles and half trebles, but this time I'm doing it in the back loop only. So when you look at your row, you have your V at the top here, like your normal stitch. If you twist it slightly towards the back, you will see there is another loop that you can work into. So we're going to work into that one all the way around. Back loop only. I shall show you. It starts to create this lovely detailed edge here. So I'm going to continue around for another 73 stitches and catch up with you when we get back to here. So I've made it to the end of the second row of half doubles or half trebles, depending where you're from. And we're now going to do another row, so it's a total of 3 rows of these. So really simple, just continue round with your half doubles US and half trebles UK all the way around for 3 rows. Don't do 3 more rows for the third row, Amy. Okay, so now we have our 3 rows of half double crochet or half treble crochet. Now we're going to continue working in the back loop only. We're going to do a row of US singles or UK doubles all around in the back loop only. So a really simple row, and that should again be 73 stitches total. So continue that round. And once we finish this round, we're going to repeat these rounds. So I shall come back to you when I've made it back to here and show you the puff again. So I've made it to the last stitch of my single crochet US double crochet UK row. So we're going to be working into this one and we're going to start our puff row again. So we're going to slip stitch and chain 2. I'm going to loop 1, 2, 3. So you have 7 loops on your hook, pull through all 7, chain 1, skip your next stitch, puff into the stitch after that. So we are repeating all of these rows. I won't film myself repeating all of these rows because it'll make it a really long video. So we've got the row of puffs, then the next row we chain 2, turn our work, row of puffs, chain 2, turn our work back again, next row of puffs, and then we're going to do 3 rows of half doubles or half singles, so they create this design. So we're going to repeat this whole thing again. I shall come back to you when I'm near the end of that. Okay, so I've done the second round of rows. So we have 6 rows of puff in total and 6 rows of the half double or half treble stitches. I've also done my double stitch UK or single stitch US row. So now I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to do 3 trebles into 1 stitch. Into that first stitch of the next row. We're going to skip 2. We're going to put 3 in there. So this is just like a granny square stitch. I'm going to do a row of granny square stitch. You might see that this hat is looking a lot bigger than my other beanie design. It is meant to. It's a slouch beanie. We want it to be nice and big and floppy and cozy. So I've done 3 into there, skip 2, 3. So continue around, skip 2, put your 3, skip 2, put 3, all the way around. Okay, so I've made it to the end of the round with these. I'm going to do my standing stitch back into the first one. That's our first stitch, and we are going to do a double crochet US, treble crochet UK into every stitch around. And this is the first round of our brim. So we're almost there, we're almost finished. So just do 1 stitch in each all the way around, and I shall meet you back at the beginning. So I've made it to the end of that round. I'm going to, into the top of that stitch there, I'm just going to do another standing stitch. So that's taking me onto the next row, and now I'm going to be working, instead of into the top of the stitches, I'm going to be working, this is called front post, so the post of the stitch is in front of the hook, and then the next one I will be doing back post, so the post of the stitch is at the back of the hook. So we yarn over, go through with the post in front, and do our treble crochet, yarn over, take the hook behind, through, so the post of the next stitch is behind the hook, do our treble, yarn over, in front, so this is front post, back post, which creates a ribbed effect, which will be our brim. So you alternate them all the way around. I'll show you one more time. So in front, we yarn over, put your hook with the post of the stitch in front of your hook, yarn over the next one, the post of the stitch is going behind your hook. And this is how it should start to look, give that lovely ridged border effect. I'll continue around till I get to here. So I've made it to the end of that row, and I've ended on a back post. The next stitch is a front post, so I'm just going to go straight into that. And I'm going to continue on round again. So where you have a back post, continue to do your back posts. Where you have a front post, do a front post. Like this. And this is your final round. So continue round, and when you get back here, we're going to cut and weave in our ends. So I have come to the second but last stitch, and instead of doing a full stitch in there, I'm just going to do a single or double crochet, and then the very first stitch of the last one I'm just going to do a slip stitch. And this is how it's looking, so you can sort of see the seam at the back. It's not too obvious. Make sure you keep that at the back. So I shall flip it over. See it this way around, don't you, Beanie? And here it is. Absolutely gorgeous slouch beanie. Like I said, I love mine. I've had it for years. I wear it all winter long and always get complimented on it. So you should definitely make some of these. Let me just show you how this looks on a head. So here she is on a head. This is how she's looking. So cute and so cozy. Covers your ears, keeps you warm. That lovely slouchy look that will just get softer and more relaxed the more you wear it, and just be super cozy. And to finish it off, I would recommend a pom-pom and a label because they just give it that really professional finished look. The pom-poms I use come with a popper that you can stitch onto the top there, and then you just clip them on. They're really secure, they don't come off, but you can remove them when you want to wash your hat, so that makes the life of your hat longer. And I also recommend a little label. It just really finishes it off and gives it that professional look. So I have links to both of these things below. Do check those out. And I'm really, really pleased with this yellow one. I'm going to go and find a pom-pom that matches now and finish her off. Thank you so much for joining me in this tutorial. I shall be with you again soon with another tutorial. Have a lovely day. I'll see you again soon.